What's up, guys? Russ Anderson, Anderson Security Consulting, AndersonSecurityConsulting.com, Anderson Security Consulting on Facebook, Instagram, exec_protect on Twitter. Sorry, links will be in the description down below of all the social media, as well as if you want to get in touch with me, use the website. There's a contact page. So, starting a new video series. It's going to be on why rappers and other entertainers, but specifically, usually rappers wind up getting deleted. And so this is going to be from a hood perspective. Some of you may not know, although I live in Florida now, I grew up in the Bronx, New York. I lived in Highbridge as well as Fort Apache. So as far as the street stuff goes, I'm well acquainted with it, and thankfully I was able to survive it. Thank God for that. So let me get straight into it. All right, so I got some notes here. See, so that's good. All right, so the first thing that happens is when you become successful. Typically, a lot of these rappers, they come from a very competitive environment in the inner cities and other neighborhoods. It's extremely competitive, and that competition will tend to bleed over sometimes into physical confrontations, sometimes confrontations with other things besides just fists. When I was a kid, it was mostly fists. Every now and then somebody would pull a gun, but usually you got into a fist fight with somebody. So now, picture this now. I'm your opposition. You and me have been beefing for years. Say you stole my girl, or you ripped me off from some sort of a business transaction we may have had going on. Or maybe some of your friends deleted some of my friends. Maybe you deleted some of my friends. And so I'm going to have some deep-seated hatred of you. Now, all of a sudden, your rap career is taking off. You're successful now. Now you're making money, and I still feel like I got a gripe. So now that hatred, like Boosie says, I'm hypnotized with hate. That hatred is just going to grow and grow and grow. And I'm going to see you at different venues and other places. Now, you're moving on. You're more focused on your career. Maybe you got 1 foot in, 1 foot out of the street life. We'll talk about that in a different video. But you're more focused on your career, your money. You got a whole new set of things you can do. You got money, cars, girls everywhere, private jets. You're living righteously, but you haven't moved out of the hood yet. And we're going to talk about that too. So I'm sitting there just scheming and seething, and all day and all night, I'm thinking about how can I get back at this dude? How can I get this dude back? I owe this dude. He's being successful. I'm not making any money. I'm still hustling and scrambling on the street or working a 9-to-5 job while this dude that I hate is doing well. No. Hell no. Something's got to be done about that. I'm not talking about me, myself personally, but I'm saying, put myself in the place of your opposition. So what are they going to be thinking, man? Especially these street dudes living that extremely violent life. Maybe they're ganged up, maybe not. They're going to be thinking about ways to hurt you, or trying to delete you, trying to cancel your birthday, right? So you've got to be smarter about the way you move. But what happens is this: guys will be successful, but they haven't yet reached a level of success where they can move away from the hood. And so instead of spending their money to move away from the hood, they're staying in the hood, but they're flossing. They got a nice ride now. Maybe they're driving a Benz where they used to be driving a Toyota Camry. Nothing wrong with Camrys. They're great cars. You know what I'm saying? But Camry's not a floss car. It's not a flex car. Maybe they got a Urus. Maybe they got a Range Rover. Whatever it is. But they're still living in the same apartment. You know what I'm saying? Or they're still living in the same house, in the same neighborhood where everybody knows where everybody else lives and everybody knows how to get at everybody. Now, all of a sudden, you're still living in the same house. Instead of moving out, you spent that money on a car. You spent some of that advance money on jewelry, on clothes. So you all dripped out and you got everything else instead of moving out of the hood like you should have. That should have been your first priority. And here's where this mistake gets made. You're still moving the same way, but you're not the same person. You've got to understand and get in your mind that you are not the same person anymore. And the whole goal about being successful is not so you can stay in the hood and be hood fabulous, be the most successful person in the hood. Move out of the hood. And if you still want to help people in the hood, by all means, help people in the hood, but move out. And so the problem is you haven't yet reached that stage where you got a gazillion dollars to spend and you're spending a lot of it on drip and gold and flossing and everything else, and your videos and your music and studio time, and you're in the investment stage, but you still haven't reaped the total rewards just yet. And that's going to keep you in the reach of the people who might want to get at you. So from my perspective, I see, okay, your entourage has grown. You got nicer stuff, nicer clothes. You got custom jewelry. You got a nice new fresh ride. I live around the corner. That's how close in proximity some people live to their opposition, their ops, their enemies. I live right around the corner. All I got to do is catch you slipping once. I don't have to be right all the time. I might drive by, I might walk by down the street, down a side street, just looking at you, just checking. And that one day, you don't have your crew around you. You don't have your security with you. Your boys aren't around you. I just happen to catch you slipping. And guess what? I'm going to make my play, lights out. I might go to prison, but I got you. And so at the end of the day, the solution to that is this. Lay low until you have enough money to move out of the hood or move someplace differently. Because, a lot of you guys, unfortunately, you're growing up with opposition. You're growing up around people where you got enemies. Say you're in a rival criminal organization and you're just supposed to hate each other for some weird reason. Hey, I know this dude, but now I got to hate you and you're my mortal enemy because I joined this group and you're a part of that group. Okay. Those are the rules that, this game is played by, right? So I don't have to agree with it. I just understand that's just the rule, right? So you've got to move differently. Move into your buddy's house. Move to your aunt's house, your uncle's house, your brother's house, your cousin's house. Break them off some money. Say, hey, look, I need to stay over here until I get this done so I can move out. These people are clocking me. They're watching my house. And if somebody lives with you and you're staying in that same house and they want to get at you, you're also endangering the people that are closest to you as well. So they do a drive-by and shoot up your house. That's happened quite a bit here. The feud between Glock 9 and what's his name here in Orlando, they were shooting each other's houses up. People were getting killed that had nothing to do with it. People were getting shot that had absolutely nothing to do with it. So you're putting your family at risk as well too. Okay, so lay low, learn how to move until you get more money, then hire somebody like me to help you order your steps, help you change up your routine, help you structure your life in a different way so that you're not at risk constantly and you don't have to look over your shoulder all the time. Anyway, that's just a brief explanation, but I think I've gone over it pretty well. You got to learn how to move differently. AndersonSecurityConsulting.com, Anderson Security Consulting on Instagram, as well as on Facebook and exec_protect on Twitter. It's your boy Russ. I'm out.